Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to my time to journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Sometimes the best laid plans don't work out, such as this. I love this, but it's very, 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 very pale. And that's my printer, not Procreate's fault. But I'm wondering if we can't doctor it up a little bit. I printed the original painting that I used as a model. And I hope this is big enough to go across 2 pages. It may not be. Here's the original. Not that you're going to be able to see it, but that's the original. And I tried to get these blues and pinks. It's actually turquoise pink and a little bit of black in there. Some of his doodlings, and then I put in a big tree as if he were drawing it. Ooh! Yes, that Da Vinci painting. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. A comment from one of you guys said that perhaps it was in the, what is that painting called? In the Wilderness? I had seen it, but I really didn't associate that with Da Vinci. I have to tell you the truth. But anyhow, okay. Back to Basquiat. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm not sure. Okay. It is a little bit small here. So I'm wondering, because we can't have white, I'm going to have to take a little bit off here. Now I got a little bit here. And I'm wondering, I haven't done any kind of like bios on any of these others. They kind of really didn't require bios. Not that I know everything about them, but thinking. Now this guy is about a year, would have been a year older than me. Or maybe less even, I don't know. How can we do this? Let's get out some markers. I moved a couple of my drawers around, so now I gotta find everything. Here they are. I'm just gonna use my Crayola markers because there's a variety of colors. Hold on, I gotta speak to my husband for a second. I'm back. I had to fuss at my husband. We live in a very remote area. Correction, we used to live in a very remote area. Now there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people up here. And if I told you that we still do not lock our doors, you would think I'm a dunce. But we still don't lock our doors. Now, when we go to the beach, we do. We finally have keys for the house. For many years, I mean, my husband's lived here for 30 years. I've lived here for 26 plus. Dated him for 3. So it was a time when there was nobody up here. Very few people. And he still believes he's more trusting than I am. And I came back from the store and he had left the house wide open. The front door, I mean, we have a glass front door. The regular door was open. His wallet sitting there, which supports 5 families, his kids, all of them, and his ex-wife. And it's like, how many times do I have to tell you, if you leave this house or if you go down to the water, close the door. He still doesn't do it. Anyhow, that's what I was fussing him about. He took the dog for a walk, which, I mean, granted, he was probably gone 20 minutes. But there's people on this street we don't know anymore. There's an Airbnb next door. We don't know these people anymore. You just never know. We've already had one drug problem next door in this Airbnb. Just is very frustrating. And I don't want to live like that. But in today's times, you got to. Back to Basquiat and art. Oh, I may have ordered a new paint supply. I told myself I could not get any paints. I've told myself that several different times now. And until I use up some of these others. Well, Prima, which is now called Art Therapy, I think, or Artworks. You can see the Prima logo every once in a while on stuff. It's up Prima by Artworks. And I'm not so sure they didn't do something with Arteza. Because every time I pull Prima up on Amazon, Arteza stuff comes too. And volumes, not just a few. Could be wrong. I don't know. I rarely am, though. Ask me. I'll tell you. Anyhow, I didn't know they had a paint palette called... What is it? Oh, shoot. What is it called? Anyhow, Odyssey. Is it Odyssey? It's all these different cities. The colors are called different cities. I'm like, oh, I want that. Which I love Prima paints anyhow. I know I'll use them. Okay. I am off the track here. And I still have some of my art supplies in my journaling thing. I'm going to get out yet another glue stick. I think I have like 6 glue sticks going here. All right, let's glue this version. Well, let's play. No, let's glue this version down first. I'm going to talk you through this one, I guess. I'm trying to make my videos a little shorter because I have a lot more people watching them now. And I know long videos are not everybody's cup of tea. Mine. I love listening to somebody just babble about art while I'm doing art or trying to do art. But, it is harder to upload, I have to say. Better put on some glasses or I'm going to trim the wrong stuff here. Okay, Kurtie. I'm pretty convinced I'm going to switch one of my... I have 2 monthly subscriptions that I get. I think I'm going to switch one. Not the Allie Edwards one. To Studio Calico. I have been... And I've gotten stuff from them before. Plus, they're from Berkeley, California. Hello. My aunt used to live in Berkeley. I'm going to put this in here. You may not see it by the time I'm done. I don't know. But that's the original. Oh. You know what else I need to do? I stamped out a whole bunch of more labels. Where are they? They're in the box. If you follow me on Instagram yesterday, I think it was, I put a picture of my editor on Instagram. I don't even know what my Instagram is. It's some wackadoodle number. Because I had a major issue with Instagram. And I canceled my account. Which, somehow, you can't cancel your accounts with Instagram. They still find you. But I started a new one. To avoid getting all the spam that I was getting. I got hacked somehow. Anyhow. Okay, so I think I'm going to put like one here. I have a beautiful coffee table book of Basquiat. And it might be in the other room. He was quite troubled. Well, drugs didn't help that situation. But I'm going to put... nature doodles. Because he did a lot of doodling in the background of his work. Oh, wait a minute. He did a lot of crowns, too. I'm going to put nature's crown. I like that. It sounds very majestic. And I think I'm going to put them both here. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Michael Jean Basquiat. I can't remember which order they go in, but I do like his work in a strange sort of way. I like very much mixed media. That's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. Because he did do a lot of stuff before he even knew what Ranger was or anything. Any supplies of mixed media. Oh dear. I think I smeared. This was not done drawing. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law are up in the mountains close to where my sister and I went last weekend. She was buying art supplies at Cheap Joe's. She's a real artist. Okay, now here's black, and I'm just going to go over all these things the messy way that I did it. His is messy, but I'm even making mine even more messy on purpose. But I'm going to go over some of this stuff so it shows up. Some of this stuff, I'm not even sure what it is. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. Here was a crown. I did a lot of these crowns. Different directions. And since we're calling this Nature's Crown, we're going to include some of the crowns. And by the time you get, you know, I'm not an art person, I'm not an art critic or whatever, but by the time you get through some of these layers, the bottom layers don't even show through anymore. Because there's a lot of yellow on here that's not showing through. He used to do a lot of graffiti, and I think that's kind of like his, I know his background was graffiti, or he started originally as a graffiti. There used to be a biography on Netflix about him. I don't know if it's still on there. As soon as you find good stuff on Netflix, it's gone again. But he led a really tragic life. A lot of it self-imposed. He was good friends with Andy Warhol, for better or for worse. And some of these words he used, I'm not even sure what they mean. But we're putting them down. And since I'm doing this in one dimension here instead of two or three, like he used, because he used layers and layers and layers of paint, it's kind of just, this is what it is. But you can still see my turquoise and pink and a little bit of black here. And this would be a tree that he may have doodled, right? That's my story, and we're sticking to it. And there was stuff under here too. I don't know. It's a light gray. Kind of don't want this to show up. And he has a lot more blocks of black color than I do. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I hope you didn't hear that. Ooh, I don't want that in there. I could. Oh, the dog's getting fussed at. All right. Now the dog's going to come in here. Hey, what did you do with my daddy? And here he is. Right on cue. Hello. He said he's going to be right back. Don't freak out, okay? I'm just adding blocks of color over here. This may not be the right thing, but it actually is kind of pretty. This dog's over here on his hind legs looking out the window, watching my husband's car go out the window. Now, he used to sign his name when he did graffiti as Sano. So I'm just going to put that like that. And call this one done. I don't want to go in too far, kind of lose the effect. Let me put this back. Where does this go? So yeah, I have a palette of paint coming. And I kind of like this in a weird sort of way. Especially behind this, because this is all so monotone. Oh, I still left this one. That was a fluke, finding that wheat. But tomorrow, okay, I have a list. Does this mean anything to you? Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Yeah, these are all my names. 30 of them. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.